too bright? We are live, I think. The VODs seem to start much later than I think they do. I can't crop this. Okay, I should just put something else to make it go higher. Yeah, that looks good. So, I have wanted to do this for years. And I'm not even kidding. Years. I remember back in, like, what was it, 9th grade? I had this idea to, like, review every level in this game. And basically, yeah, in case you don't know, this is like one of my favorite games of all time. Hello, Luna. We've got one viewer. So, this is one of my favorite games of all time, and I believe it is the best 2D platformer of all time. However, if you were to argue Donkey Kong Country 2 is, I would agree with you. I feel like Donkey Kong Country 2 and Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze are like on par with each other. But, we're just... I personally prefer this one. This game is so good that I want to go through every single level and analyze how well designed they are. Maybe even Celeste is. That's like my second favorite, honestly. I just have a thing for monkeys. If it wasn't evident by my monkey plushies over here, which you can't see because it's too dark. But yeah, Celeste, I love you. You're one of my favorite games of all time, but Donkey Kong, I prefer. Listen, here's the reason. It's because I feel like Donkey Kong, like, mainly I like the aesthetic better, if that makes sense. The thing is, it's not that Celeste did anything wrong, I just think Donkey Kong is better. I just prefer how, like, the natural aesthetics of the levels, and I feel like there's just more of it. I think that's the big thing, there's just more of it. Celeste is great, though. I could definitely make another video analyzing every level in Celeste. Except for Farewell, I haven't beaten that one yet. So we are using footage from Retro Archive, because I do not have the capture card. So... Cancer Rebellion, nice. Oh, sorry about that. We will be starting, basically, with the first level. And I'm just going to talk over footage of the game. I'm not sure if I should just talk while the game's playing, or I should just mute it and talk over the muted footage. I'm just gonna test out how this sounds. Okay, so like, this level, I feel like, the thing is with Donkey Kong Country Returns, the game's predecessor, that had the colossal task of bringing new fans in and old fans back to the series. And basically, I feel like this game does a good job of easing you in. Although I will say, it's kind of weird how the moment you get off that cliff initially, you fall into water and you learn swimming controls before like anything else. Like, I find that kind of weird, but I feel like that's a dev saying, we added swimming mechanics. Did you miss them? So that's kind of jarring, honestly. I was thinking of a banana scale for the levels. I feel like every level in this game is, at the very least, well designed. So we got, we've got, like, normal banana, like, Other Banana, and Golden Banana. Golden Banana is like the top tier level. This level, I feel like, does a great job of teaching you the techniques of the game, as it should. I love the aesthetic of the level, the whole mangrove thing with all the dodos. But here's the thing, see all this grabbing and stopping? It's like, I've tried to speedrun this level, but there's so much stopping and going, so it kind of hurts the pace a lot. But again, it's meant to teach you the mechanics. It's not really meant to be a level you can just breeze through. Which is kind of weird if you think about it. It's because it's like a first level. Wait, I didn't know you could do that. I forgot you could do that. Overall, it's a great starting level, and we'll see this aesthetic a lot with like crashed planes and mangroves kind of taking over these broken machines and stuff. I give it 2 bananas out of 3. And we'll call that the green banana. I'm almost tempted to call it second banana, because that's... Diddy Kong says, "I'm always second banana" in the TV show. But that'd be second place. So yeah, second banana. This gets second banana tier. Yeah. Anyway, our next level is, I will admit, the fact that the bonus rooms interrupt the music is a huge blow to the game. The bonus rooms in this game are overall the worst part of it. And the lack of animal buddies. But I mean, those are really my only major complaints. I forgot to consider that ads may be in the video. Whenever that happens, you're just gonna have to deal with it, and I'll continue talking. So, next up we've got Shipwreck Shore, and what I find cool about this level is that the music of this level sounds like it's a direct continuation of the music of the previous level, which sounds like a continuation of the title theme. It really makes everything feel interconnected. Besides that, the level kind of just teaches you more stuff. There's not really any big new gimmicks in this level that really set it apart or anything like that. You do get the bomb, but you like never use it again. You learn the clinging part. I feel like the most memorable part about this level is like, where is it? It's like this part where you're on a ship. It's called Shipwreck Shore after all, but this is like the only ship. But at least there is a ship at all. Or maybe, I don't know. Overall, I find this level to be pretty unremarkable, but it does its job. It teaches you the mechanics, and oh yeah, we got the first secret exit in this level, and you introduced a Dixie Kong, so that's a great way to show off her abilities, showing that she can unlock secret levels. Although Dixie Kong is like super overpowered in this game. Sorry about lighting issues, everyone. See ya. It gets 1 banana. It's alright. It's probably one of its least favorite levels. There's not anything wrong with it, there's just nothing really making it stand out from the other levels. This next level, on the other hand, really has unique design. Because this level is kind of like, okay, we're at Canopy Chaos now. I forgot what the first level's name was, so I didn't even say it. Basically, we're introduced to Cranky Kong in this level, as you'll see later. And basically, I love the aesthetics of this level. Like, this really is when you start to see how the game makes everything natural. There's not floating platforms, they're on tree trunks. They're on, like, broken machinery. And we got Cranky Kong bouncing around like Scrooge McDuck. It's a very fun play style, but most people just use Dixie, including myself. But this level will actually make you, like, really like, want Cranky Kong and respect Cranky Kong, which is a weird, because in all the other games he just... In most of the other games he just chastises you for existing. And says, I could do better. Old bit. In this game he redeems himself, though. Sorry for the slight swearing. This level also just has a great song. It makes it all jolly, and it kinda... Yeah, you can really feel the ascension into the larger mangroves. And that's one of my favorite parts about this game, is the visual storytelling. Like, look at all this machinery that connects to stuff. And if you see the concept art for this level, there's literally a ton of notes that are like diagrams explaining how all of this stuff works, like these gears and this water system. It's so cool. They didn't have to do that, but they did. And that's why this level gets a golden banana. Also, we get another secret exit, and for bonus points, we get the Donkey Kong Country SNES theme on like a little, like, jukebox radio box. If you go see up there. Yeah, look. Check this out. Why'd you pause the game? Okay, I think you get my point. About the jukebox, it's right here. Playing music. That's a really cool touch. This level gets a golden banana. Anyway, on to an... Right? What are you asking me, Luna? This, my friends... You see what I mean? The bonus rooms just break the pacing completely. This, my friends, is a minecart level, our first minecart level in this game, and there are surprisingly few minecart levels in this game, but now I think about it, there weren't that many in the original trilogy either. So, wait, did you say something? The different art for every level. Well, yeah. What do you mean different art? Like concept art? Or do you mean just all the levels look different because the older games reuse the same themes and backgrounds? But to be fair, they worked with what they had and it worked. But yeah, this game has different concept art for every single level if you get all the puzzle pieces. But, like, just look at the scenery! And, again, it's incorporated into the gameplay with the wreckage ships, you can use them as platforms. It really sells this, like, Bermuda Triangle idea, because I think that's what it's meant to be based off of. Except in a kid's game. And, yeah, like, look at this! That's like a gunship! That's so cool looking. I'm a really ship nerd. But like seriously, I could just stare at this level and like appreciate all the details. There's so much detail put into everything in this game. Different art for every level? Yes, there is. There's different concept art for every level, if that's what you mean. Though they don't always they aren't normally of the level that you get them in. For example, like there's this one silhouette level in World 3 where, like, you get, like, there's this one silhouette level, like A Hat in Time. Well, the difference is that in A Hat in Time, they have lore. It isn't lore in Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, look, like, that's a puzzle piece right there. It isn't lore in Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze, it's just, like, concept art for levels that weren't, that never were. And basically, there's like a silhouette level of this, like, there's supposed to be a silhouette level in the African world later on, Bright Savannah, but we never saw it. But anyway, that last level saw the lore is real. I mean, Donkey Kong Country does have lore, don't get me wrong, it's just not in the concept art. But don't worry, we'll start to learn about the lore as we get into the later worlds. But anyway, that last level's really fun. Gets you into the minecart and even has a little fun cutscene of them falling to their deaths, except they don't, they survive. So it's a really fun level. It gets a golden banana. This level is Zipline Shrine. I feel like it's a perfect secret level. It really ramps up the difficulty. It even introduces you to the zipline mechanic if you played this. Like because there's a chance you didn't play this level. Like, I don't think I got this level when I first played the game. But you got these, like, rotating platforms, but these zip lines, it introduces the zip line mechanic, which I find very fun, although kind of hard. Like, I feel like, here's my problem with zip lines, and there's no better level that it comes up in Wingding. We'll get to that level. I was stuck on Wingding for, like, oh my god, like, 4 years, I think? 4 to 5 years, I believe. I just gave up on that level, because there's, like, the freaking... Oh, actually, I don't think I knew what to do with the zip lines at the time. But the zip lines literally, like, you have to have perfect timing. And it feels like the moment... It's like you have to jump at the very edge of the zip lines for some of the jumps in Wingding. And I know I'm talking about a completely different level, but this will come up later. You have to, like, get the jumps perfectly. You have to get the jumps perfectly. Without falling off. And you literally can't really control it, so it feels unfair. But this level, on the other hand, is a lot more forgiving with the zip lines, you know, since it introduces it. Honestly, I think they should have made this a mandatory level, because it would have made Wingding a whole lot easier, since you're introduced to the zipline mechanic in this level. But for people who didn't, good luck with Wingding. The aesthetic of this level, I really love. It kind of sells this, like, ancient race of, like, Kongs, and they had, like, banana temples and stuff. That's what it says to me. Again, the lore. Like, look at that. Giant banana mouth bonus room. The music in this level is alright. It's cool. It fits the level. It kind of reminds me of Donkey Kong Country 3 music. Anyway, not much more to say about this level. It's a very fun level to speedrun. Because of the zip lines, it kind of just propels you forward. This level's very fun, and it's a nice challenge, and a good secret level, because, you know, you went out of your way to get this, you get a little extra challenge. Makes sense. Also, this is one part that really screws me up. Right here. Not here. I missed it. Alright, so you see... Okay, so, like, you see this part right here, where you have to jump on this platform? I thought you had to jump into the G, but no. This level gets, 1 banana. It's a great level, it's just not... Compared to the... I have to compare it to the others, so... It's just... Again, I feel like it's not that remarkable compared to the others. But it's great. This level on the... Ah! Papa! Okay, next level... Shut up! I'll read chat while we wait for the ads to end. I'm sorry I have to go through this. No one said anything. Okay, so, like, the Lost Mangroves world in general, I mean, it's the shortest world of all of the worlds. I feel like it doesn't have a lot of visual storytelling because of that, but it does the best with what it has. Busted Bayou. I adore this level. The silhouette levels in general are just gorgeous, and this level plays like a dream. This level, there's no funny gimmicks, it's just... I mean, there is a gimmick, technically, but... You know... It's just, look at this. Just look at this. It's an art piece that you can play. And the music is freaking jazzy as heck. This is when you know that this game is going to be incredible. No way, Super Mario Wonder reference? I mean, they were doing it way before Super Mario Wonder. So, in fact, hey, you there, in chat, Luna, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze is basically Super Mario Wonder. They have Savannah-like levels, their level design is just, listen, I played Super Mario Wonder, and across, like, the whole game, I was thinking, this is just like Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. So, yeah. Not saying Mario Wonder isn't an incredible game, it's just, a lot of the cool features Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze did first. I'm just kidding. I'm not discrediting the game, but yeah, this silhouette thing, it did first. That's just a fact. Because this was 2014, Mario Wonder was 2023. I mean, just look at that! Look at that! I love nature. This game makes me love nature. Isn't that incredible? A video game making you care about, like, a real-life thing like nature. And, again, we really feel all the broken machinery in this. You have to pull it a lot. The only part of the level I dislike is that the fact that you have to pull up these roots and it'll, like, push you back a little if you try to do it. Took inspiration from Mario 3D World. Probably. It came out a year before. But the silhouette thing was in Donkey Kong Country Returns, which was in 2010. So, Returns was 2010, Mario 3D World was 2013, Tropical Freeze was 2014, and Mario Wonder was 2023. A whopping 10 years after Mario 3D World. Oh my god, and I just realized this is, Tropical Freeze's, 10th anniversary. I mean, what better way to celebrate the game than analyzing every level? First of all, I love this part of the song. You can see the Viking ships in the background. Yeah, this is the only part I don't like, because when you're trying to speedrun this level, it pushes you back. It's kind of annoying. It's just incredible, the way things weigh. Like, I love this part, where you have to pull it up, and then you have to spin roll down. The spin rolling is classic Donkey Kong Country thing, but this kind of throws a new loop at it, even though this part lasts like 5 seconds. But yeah, this level, incredible. Gets a golden banana. And we're almost wrapped up with this world. We got the Kong level next. The Kong levels all kind of have this temple aesthetic, which I feel like it works compared to the banana coin temples, because they just copy and paste that every time. But like, look at this. This is some pretty cool architecture we're talking about. And constantly feeds the lore of that ancient race of Kongs I was talking about. I mean, just think about it. We got that golden banana dream world in Returns, and now we got this. They were doing some crazy shit, like ancient Kongs learning levitation. Of course, that's just a theory. A game theory. I love this level. It's a great introduction to the Kong levels, although I feel like this level is harder than some of the later Kong levels. This level just, if you're not used to this kind of stuff, this level will freaking tear your, I was about to say tear your, but, it's a kind of inappropriate, analogy. The point is, this level will kick your ass if you're not used to this kind of thing. There's no checkpoints. So you're just, and there's also, yeah, there's no checkpoints. You're just kind of screwed. I wish I still had my Wii so I could homebrew it and play newer Super Mario Bros. Wii. Aw. I've never played newer Super Mario Bros. Wii. But yeah, I really, from what I've seen of that game, it's incredible. That's the thing. Donkey Kong, this is a discussion I could go into a lot, but Donkey Kong Country, I feel like, is superior in every way to 2D Mario. Yeah, I said that. I'm not taking back what I said. The levels are more diverse, they don't blend in as much, I prefer the natural environments to the kind of weird blocky-ish environments that Mario normally goes for. I feel like that really is applying to new Super Mario Bros. Games. But this game, it's harder, it's more challenging, it's more compelling, it has more diverse worlds, and just overall, it's just way more creative than the new Super Mario Bros. Games. That's where stuff like newer Super Mario Bros. Wii comes in. They kind of make up for that lack of creativity. And the level's literally over. This level is just a good gauntlet of stuff to deal with. It gets a second banana from me. And finally, we've got the boss of World 1. First of all, I love all the cutscenes in this game. They're so cartoonish and goofy. I wish there were more of them, honestly. Like, there was a cutscene of them falling on a minecart in the first world, but that never really happens inside of a level again, besides the beginning of each world. This boss, I freaking love this boss. What a way to introduce the bosses of this game with a freaking heavy metal song. This is one of my favorite songs ever. It has so much emotion to it, and yet it's just rock. Sure, there's no lyrics or anything, and I'm not a rock enthusiast. If you're talking about stuff like Metallica, I've only listened to like one of their songs. Or other, like, they're not metal, I don't think. Listen, I don't know anything about it. My point is, I love this song, Big Top Off, like, a lot. It feels like an arena, and like, you're kind of fighting to the death in an arena, and it's like so epic, and it just, that's what it feels it gives me, and that's exactly what's happening. And I like this boss. It feels reasonably easy, but also not too easy. People say the bosses in this game go on a little too long, and I kind of agree. For some of them. Like, this one I feel like goes on a tad too long, but it doesn't really bother me, honestly. Also, the whole boss checkpoint thing, I kind of get it. I'm kind of mixed on it, honestly. I'm not sure if I would want that. I don't really think I would care if they had it. Or maybe I would. I don't know. But I love this guy's design. I love how he shoots stuff in from the foreground. The fight develops in a really natural way, with him swooping down like that after, like, the roll. You can't jump in him like that. Then he starts jumping around without rolling, but you can hit him in the back. But then later on, he'll start jumping into you, so you gotta watch out. And then he'll do this, where you have to jump off these guys and then him. It's just a really well-designed fight, because it basically teaches you to time your jumps. Now, this part's dumb, I'm gonna be honest. It's like, we didn't know how to pad out the boss fight, so we throw some fish at you. And honestly, normally this is what screws up my runs when I try to speedrun this fight. Is this freaking fish part. But anyway, that's like the only bad part about the fight in my opinion. I mean, it's not bad, it's just annoying. Like, look at this. You gotta be careful or else he'll jump into you. That's good design. Because you previously thought that when he's on his, like that, he's just done for. But now he isn't done for like that. I love that. Fun fact, they brought that from Donkey Kong Jungle Beats, where you beat the shit out of each of the monkeys you beat, and mainly just a lot of the bosses. Oh yes, Autumn Heights. No way that's DK's final smash. Yeah, I mean, no wonder it's his final smash. That's what he does to all of the bosses in Tropical Freeze and the Tikis in Returns, which are controlling the bosses in Returns. Man, those Tikis just suck. Like, they're not even good villains. Nobody likes them. I like that they're all based off instruments, but they do nothing. Like, literally nothing. They hold no impression. The Snowmads do, though. Autumn Heights. My beloved. This is when the game goes from, like, good to great. And the game will go from great to amazing, and amazing to nearly perfect, in my opinion. Like, just look at this. They're roasting some stuff on the fire, like good old Europe. I've been to Europe. I I was just playing the game with my mom. She said it looked like Holland, aka Netherlands. And I like how these places are inspired by real-world places. Because I love geography. And it also, again, the natural aesthetic it's going for, and also kind of the architectural aesthetic it's going for. Screw this bonus level, it messes up what I'm talking about. Like, they used to have bonus levels that were of the theme of the level you're in, but now they don't. That sucks. Again, that's the worst part of this game. And, I mean, Returns kinda did, but like, bruh, it's like, they're so lame. It's like, and even in Returns. But yeah, I love this level. Yeah, by the way, that boss gets a golden banana. The last one. So I freaking love this level. The song is blissful and it makes me think of Thanksgiving. Fun fact, I unironically play this theme on Thanksgiving, like while we're eating. And it gets, like, every year. It's a tradition. My parents put up with it. Yeah, they just don't really care normally. And the people they bring over don't care. Yeah. This song is just amazing. It really puts me in the fall spirit, and I mean, it is called Autumn Heights for a reason. The song is just so jolly. And I mean, look at this background. Is that a castle? I didn't even notice that before. I've played this game ever since, like, was it 2015? Although I took a long break. And I didn't even notice that castle until now. And look, there's a goat! There's a goat right there! To quote Video Game Donkey, they didn't have to put that goat there, but they did. I think he said that. But I like how the windmills constantly get kind of faster, then the windmill parts start to break, and then you just go on barrel cannons, because why not? I love barrel cannon parts. It's a tradition of Donkey Kong Country, and I really love when you go up this little house area, like this. Look at this. Ah! It reminds me of the Windmill in a Hat in Time. I have no idea what just happened. Ignore this. Yeah, so like, look at this little house area right here. Just look at this. It reminds me, you know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the Windmill in a Hat in Time. Except that one is way harder and way taller. I could just get lost in the scenery. I could feel like I'm living here. And again, I've been to Sweden. It reminds me of Europe. It's a little nostalgic. This level gets a golden banana. Look at that penguin. Look at that falls! I could just admire the scenery. Anyway, next we got Mountain Mania. This level is special because we got Rambi in this level. Rambi's nuts. That does not work. This is a pumpkin patch. This is a pumpkin patch. Look at those houses in the background. Reminds me of a European setting, like Little Witch Academia or Harry Potter. I know it's a weird comparison to make, but it makes me think of Little Witch Academia for some reason. While the song I don't think goes as hard as Windmill Hills, it perfectly suits the environment. It's a little more rocky, a little more rugged. While the last one was more calm and tranquil. And frickin' Rambi, my boy, while he's not the ideal animal buddy, like seriously, why can't we have Squitter in this game? Or On Guard? There are so many underwater levels. Why couldn't we have On Guard? Like, seriously. That's so dumb that they didn't add On Guard, even though there's so many underwater levels. And you can't bring Rambi into the bonus rooms, even though there were bonus rooms specifically made for the animal buddies in the older game. Just look at this. This little, this architecture. The thing is, side note, there's these little houses up ahead with these bells. And, you know, when I'm running through this level, I want to ring the bells, but you can also break through the bottoms. So you have to decide whether you want to break through the bottoms and get the sweet satisfaction of property destruction, or, that's a quote, or just simply get the bell and actually get rewarded with an item. But the property destruction. Oh my god, I just noticed there's houses on that owl cliff. You see? This game is so good, I'm still noticing new things about it. And this reminds me a lot of that one level in A Hat in Time. What is it? It's my least favorite level, but it's a great level. A testament to how good that game is, and it's like Alpine something. I kind of wonder, like, there's just an active volcano here. It just seems like a weird place for an active volcano to be. Normally, from what I've seen, it seems like volcanoes are normally surrounded by, like, more, like tropical environment, but I might be wrong. Volcanoes are everywhere. I mean, yeah, volcanoes are in Iceland. So, yeah, I should shut up. Look at that house back there. Who do you think lives there? You see the lure? Also, geez, look at this terrain. It's literally like the Swiss Alps, which I think it was definitely going for, considering there's cheese caves later on with Swiss cheese in them. Do the birds live in those houses? They throw this stuff in your way with Rambi boxes, which are kind of funny. And the level is just really well designed for Rambi, because you're kind of meant to dash through the level, but also slow down occasionally, which I feel like actually works this time around, because Rambi isn't meant to be infinite speed. Volcanoes. Why did I say something wrong? Volcanoes, girl, where I live, there's lots of volcanoes. Volcanoes. Do you live? Sorry, I won't dox you. I mean, so this is Horntop Hop, and the last level gets, shit. I don't want to give a golden banana to every level. That last one was really good. However, it's just not my favorite. I'll give it a second banana plus for being just nearly a golden banana level. Now this is a golden banana level. I love the theme of the falling leaf platforms, and the music, how it changes dynamically depending on what part of the level you're on. Look at the little wood chip, look at the little woodpeckers, look at the little guys in the back. And the level's a musical level too, I love that. That's what makes this level really, really cool. You got all these horns that are blasting you up and you have to time it with the music. That's just really that's just really good level design. Look at that full architecture. I want to walk back there on that trail. That looks like it's such a pretty trail. Why do these guys shoot so many fireballs? Like, geez. Wouldn't, I don't know, 4 or 3 be enough? But no, like 7. Jeez. Feels excessive, but I think the point is to, either is not to just jump over the fire, but duck under or avoid it in another way. Or just hit them before they hit you. Yeah, that's 6 fireballs. But yeah, just look at how this level design develops. This is signs of good level design. We got it was shooting up the enemies before and shooting up you, now it's shooting up the leaves. We got the fusion of elements of the level. That is really good level design techniques. Because it makes you... It just is, okay? Do I have to explain why it is? I feel like I have. This level looks a lot like Forest Folly, which is another favorite level of mine. This song is just great. I also play it on Thanksgiving. I play the whole Autumn Heights playlist. But we normally just get to Alpine Incline and then stop. Because at that point we're done dinner. Actually, we're only done dinner by Mountain Mania or this song. But this sells this level. Just look at this! You're in a giant horn that's pushing you up with these little shits at the cartwheels, which I just found out today that if they're on a platform beneath you, you can just smack them off. And I've never felt so relieved. And also, Dixie Kong can shoot them if you're in 2-player mode. But yeah, this really tests your ability to cling on to things and test the music and it combines a lot of different things, and also it's just fun to watch yourself fly down to the bottom. Like, me and my mom were playing this, and she just went flying down to the bottom constantly. It's funny. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be bringing this up now. And look, it kind of beats you, like, oh, look, here's the end. Nope. And you gotta cling on to that if you want to get to it. That's pretty clever. This level gets a golden banana, as I said in the beginning. However, this level pales in comparison, kind of, to the next level. One of my favorite levels in the whole game, Sawmill Thrill. That little tree reminds me of the forest levels in Donkey Kong Country 3. I loved how you could literally climb up the trees. But, like, just look at this. You're in a minecart through a sawmill. I didn't even know what a sawmill was until I played this level. Honestly. I mean, I feel like I don't need to say anything. Just look at all the moving parts to this level. I wanted to build this level in Minecraft. It's so pretty. Even though it was way too much of a colossal undertaking, and I think I tried to build, like, this part or one of the other parts. I don't know. But it reminds me of good old Europe. Sawmills, I mean, that's literally what it is. The song is also perfectly synced with the level, which is great, because they can do that in vehicle levels. Because you're literally forced to, like, you can't go back or forth, so they can perfectly sync it. Also, this level's a challenge, especially if you want to get the Kong letters. That little N that floats down there, that's a real hassle to get on your first time around. And the game is really testing you, making you duck and do that. Screw bonus levels in this game. And then you get, like, hold on, let's just talk about this for a second. You're let out of here. First of all, the music resumes perfectly from where it was before. What exactly happens in there? What? How did that happen? How did you get a minecart? Where did the wood go? And how did, it look like they got chopped to pieces in a horrible, like mine accident in there or something. And now the level's literally building itself in front of you. This is like peak level design right here, folks. Just look at this, and that is a pretty challenging jump right there. And also a little cool secret exit. You can jump over or under, depending on what you're feeling that day. Rhythm level, heck yeah. Yeah, magic, heh. Yeah, I do love me a good rhythm level. They should have, I don't know if they should have put more. I'm satisfied with what we got. Imagine an underwater rhythm level. I'm not sure if that would be great or horrible. That was my controller unplugging. So yeah, there's a secret exit in this level. Now then, that level gets a golden banana, like a super golden banana. What should I talk about in the meantime? So did you know that every minute a minute passes in Africa? Okay, so this is Alpine Incline. Another one of my favorite levels. One that I played with my crazy Aunt Kathy back in the day of 2020. Just look at this. How is this architecturally possible? My architects in chat, tell me how this is possible. Did you just inflate the entire bridge or something and put it into pieces? I don't think that's not a bridge. If that's a bridge, then, like, listen, if this is considered a bridge, then, like, a gorge is considered a mountain. Or something. I couldn't come up with a good analogy. First of all, I love how you have to... Oh yeah, the game rarely takes advantage of you going into the background and stuff. But it does sometimes, it's really cool. I like at the time it was bananas. Look at these floating platforms, I'm not sure if this is possible, but hey, But hey, at least they're not just floating there. You know what I'm saying? Everything is naturally there. Like, look, that's a floating platform. That isn't just a block in floating in time and space, breaking the universe with its existence, like in Mario. I mean, it doesn't break the universe. I'm just having fun. Just look at that background, though. Switzerland. It really, I'm pretty sure it's meant to be based off Switzerland. Like, just look at this background. It makes me want to make out with it. Ever kiss a tree? Tastes like wood. Oh god, that sounded horrible. In the context I'm saying that in. Yeah, just look at this. The music adapts and changes throughout the whole level, even in this part. And it lasts like 20 seconds. And it changes again for this part. A bunch of floating, like... Oh, come on with your... I like how it's contextualized, but how come this bonus temple, ancient monkey temple, is in this random-ass house on a cliffside? Like, look at that. How can that fit in that? Okay. Just look at this. All the floating platforms, a little bouncy. It's like Sky Zone, if you've ever been to Sky Zone. It's even orange, like the Sky Zone socks. I never thought I'd talk about Sky Zone. Ain't no way. Ain't no way what? Are they crouching up to the music? I like that little challenge right there. To get that little piece under there. Yeah, something this level does well is you literally have to pay attention to how your jumps affect the gravity of it. It'll make it go down for a second, but then it'll resurface. So you have to really be careful about how hard you jump onto something. Oh, nobody's here anymore. Well, VOD watchers, you see these guys? They're really cool. Are they flying penguins? Like, what are they? What are they? Species-wise. Also, even though this makes no geographical sense, you get to go in a fun bouncy house. Only to be met with disappointment. Gosh, this is hard. But it's about time I talk about Wingding. The level that I hinted at earlier. This level is like a huge difficulty spike, even for me, the master of 2D platformers. I'm not. It's just my best genre, and I'd say I'm good at 2D platformers, considering I have like 146% in this game. I beat Celeste, I've beaten most of the Mario games, I've beaten most of the Kirby games. I mean, yeah, I have lots of experience and stuff. So I do really love this level. By the way, the last level Alpine Climb gets a golden banana. Maybe when we're done all the levels, I'll rank all of them, like say which one, like not all of them, but I'll say which ones are my absolute favorites. Sawmill Thrill is one of them. But just look at this. If you don't jump at look, you could have fallen off right there. They make it look easy, but you literally have to jump at the split second you hit the end. Like you hit the metal edge of the zip line. And also, if you're in multiplayer, this part sucks because you're trying to stand. One person stands on the platform, and then they try to stand on it and fall to their death. Pretty much every time I played this level with friends, that's what happens. So yeah, this level's a nightmare for friends, especially if they don't know the grabbing mechanics very well. But like, it's just brutal. Like, it's very well designed, and I love all the different mechanics. It just feels kind of clunky. Like, it feels like the moment you make a mistake, you lose all control. It's like you drop the controller out of your hands. But I mean, look at this background. It's like sunset and the music. Oh my gosh, the music is so adaptable. It literally has like 6 to 7 different variations. David Wise, you mad lad. Look, I just noticed that freaking owl mural back there. And that I also just noticed. This is incredible. I'm still noticing shit. It's like, this could be some sort of nation's flag. Is it like the Owl Nation? I mean, the owls are kind of conquerors. By the way, where do the snowmads come from? Like we see them take over our island. Where do they come from? Are they like from all the other islands? Because the owls are here. Game theory. I think the owls, the snowman owls, are native to this island because they have their carvings everywhere, and there's just a lot of them. Or they might just like the environment there. Those dang owl Vikings. But I really like this part that we just saw. It throws you off your toes. You literally gotta jump off of the slide with no end, constant falling platforms, gotta watch out for these spikes. It really tests you. And that's why for the longest time this level frustrated the heck out of me. Which is kind of making me want to stop it from giving it a golden banana. And you want to know why? It's coming up. Yeah, this part. Now, while I do like this part a lot, I love it even, just look at this. You're basically meant to cling on to these, which are falling, and if you so much as do not graze the metal end, you will fall to your death and you can do nothing about it. Also, Spider-Man. And that part alone just makes, I feel like it's one of the only parts of the whole game where I feel like I don't have control of whether or not I die. It feels like I just kind of, when I'm on the zip line, if I'm not perfect, I'll just complete, it's again, I feel like it's comparable to dropping the controller. Also, I like that little secret down there. However, this part makes up for it. You ring the bell, which starts destroying the entire place. The penguins are just accepting their fates. Also, I like how when the enemies hit you, they don't just walk into you, they actually slap you. And not only is it funny, but it makes sense because, in Mario, what touches you and you die? Do they carry a lethal disease or something? But yeah, this really tests you, and I love vertical levels anyway. I mean, no wonder I love Metroid. You just look at this. Peak level design right there. Now, the real question, does this level get a golden banana? You know what? Screw it, I'm gonna say it does. I need to get good, you need to get good. This level is tough, and it's a huge difficulty spike that kind of comes out of nowhere, and they should have put Zipline Shrine mandatory so you knew the zipline mechanics before you do it, because it's really hard zipline mechanics, and I feel like those are the hardest zipline mechanics in the entire game, and it's in the second world of 6 worlds. But it gets a little banana, because I love the scenery, I love the music. Seriously, that music, so many variations, so good. And also it's just really well designed and really fun, and it feels like you're going on a journey throughout the level. This level, first of all, I love how the music is very subtly a remix of the cave theme from Donkey Kong Country 1. That's incredible. I heard that, what's it called? The one level, what's it called? The one, so in World 3-3 is the storm level, I forget its name. But I heard someone say that's a remix of the Rambi Run theme, and I can kind of hear it. Look at this Swiss cheese. You're telling me this isn't Switzerland? That's a quote. I mean, since this is a cave, maybe this was just built in. But geez, the bonus levels in this game are awful. There's 5 variations in the whole game, and there's 70 of them. I don't really mind, it's just annoying for a game that's nearly flawless. Just look at the mushrooms, look at the water that's tilting the platforms back and forth, that's so incredible. Also, we're about to see why this place is called Crumble Cavern. I love this rocket, I love how this section has a lot of barrel sections. Not rocket barrels, we'll get to that. But anyway, things are about to crumble, as you'll see. And I mean, everything will crumble. I mean, look at this platform. How is Donkey Kong's, it feels like his weight alone would crush that would make that platform fall. And then, I mean, the whole level just goes berserk. Look at this, just a bunch of vines. If you haven't mastered vine climbing yet, tough luck. I mean, this is a secret level. Anyway, it's not like it's mandatory. This is a little annoying, I have to kind of do that, but it's kind of fun as well. To get off bananas, I mean. Also, you get the puzzle pieces really fit in your way. I mean, there's so many. Everything's crumbling, and just literally every platform is crumbling. It's like you're racing against it. And all the freaking vines are falling, everything's crumbling, except for this last one for some reason. Even that's crumbling, that's really good design. It mixes in the crumbling aspect with the timing the barrel cannons. That's a very clever design. Also, I think I heard someone say this game has unimaginative level design. Have you seen unimaginative level design? I also heard something like a hat in time. Like, seriously. Anyway. Look at this! It's the surface! That's gorgeous! Gorgeous shot. Oh jeez, I'm getting tired. I should stop streaming once we finish Autumn Heights. Which will be exciting because next time we can do the Brazilian levels. The African levels. Now this next level is our first rocket barrel stage. Which I feel like is harder than the first mandatory rocket barrel stage. Like, this is how it should have been. The secret zipline level should be harder than the mandatory zipline level, not the other way around. Another bonus room! I don't really have a problem with them, it's just... Couldn't you have at least tried to make them fit their theming, at least a little, like the first game, like Donkey Country Returns did? So much detail, it's like they're hoarding every type of cheese ever here. Like, just look at this. I didn't even know cheese wheels were a thing until I played this level. This reminds me of this one level with the bat in the first game. She's frozen now in this game. Pretty morbid, especially along with the spoilers. The iRobot. There's a robot that's just an eye, and he has a bunch of hands, and he helps you out through one of the levels in Donkey Kong Country Returns. He's frozen over. It's sad. And it's kind of melancholic, but you also feel determined to get your island back, especially with the music in the last world. But that's the last world. We're still in the second world. Oh, silly tangent, Toby. But this part really takes the cake. I remember seeing this on the title screen, and I'm like, where does this happen? What? How? What? But yeah, this is fun, but geez, is it hard to predict when these fall. Like, just look at that. Like, how are you supposed to predict that? It feels kind of like trial and error, which isn't necessarily bad design, but it pales in comparison to the design where you can actually prepare. I mean, you can prepare if you can react to things that happen in like a second. Which, I mean, to be fair, if you played Donkey Kong Country for so long, you might be able to do. Wait, what? I forgot about that! I like how we see the levels connect to each other by constantly seeing this owl statue in the background. It reminds me of, like, the statue of all the bad guys in Super Metroid. The Crumble Cavern level gets a second banana, and this level gets a second banana. I just feel like this level's a bit too random. The Crumble Cavern has nothing wrong with it, it's just not as cool as some of the other levels. And now, one of my favorite Kong levels, Bopopolis. I used to think this was Bopopolis. But it's called Bopopolis because basically this entire level you have to jump off of the heads of flying enemies. And I actually find this level rather easy, as long as you know to jump. To press the jump button the moment you land on their heads to get a higher jump, and don't press it when you want to get a lower jump. And I mean, just look at this, it's so much fun. And you get the cool remix of Jungle Hijinks, which I feel like is better than a lot of the Smash remixes we have. It's more jazzy. It's kind of, I feel like Tropical Freeze gets a lot more jazzy, kind of like Mario Kart 8, which was released in the same year, 2014. Is that a coincidence? I think not. They were both made by Nintendo after all. I mean, kind of. This was made by Retro Studios, which is in America, while Mario Kart 8 was based in Japan. Nintendo in-house. People say, like, jumping off of enemies is bad level design, but look at this! No, it isn't. When you do it like this, it's actually good level design. And I remember Nathaniel Bandy constantly, every time he plays about the secret lost levels or whatever it's called, he freaking bitches about it and says, and first of all, I don't like Lost Levels level design. That's horrible. But he always mentions how, oh, you have to jump off the enemy's heads like a bad Mario Maker level. And I'm like, I put that in some of my Mario Maker levels. You have to jump off enemies' heads. It's not that much, but like still, that's a direct insult to me. And also look at this, they did it well. Sorry for the little tangent there. Anyway, we're almost done with Autumn Heights, and stream will be over soon because I need to go. My nose is stuffy and my mom's getting home. We're gonna watch Full Metal Alchemist. I'm gonna rewatch it specifically. Look at this. This cult of owls. I'm telling you, it's a cult, and they were here first, and they joined the Vikings because they want to conquer more stuff and destroy more bananas. Just look at this. Cult behavior. Owl cult behavior. That's fantastic out of context. So this boss is a huge difficulty spike. Like, one of his first attacks is like this ice ball. And look at this, like this is actually pretty hard for me to dodge in my opinion. You gotta kind of judge how close you are to the feathers and how far they are from you. But I love the mechanic of you having to throw these guys at him. But like, geez, I feel like they should have put this boss at like World 4 or something. This is really harsh for World 2. And while it fits the theme of World 2, like, it feels like they were making Wingding, and they're like, hey, I just remembered, we're making a Donkey Kong Country game. And they ramped up the difficulty, which kind of goes down in the next world. It's just why. Also, I love this. You have to jump off the different enemies. And while I am complaining about how it's such a huge difficulty spike, it's really fun. This boss fight is wonderfully designed. Like, look at that. Just look at that. And he keeps using his feathers in different ways, using his arsenal in different ways. What I like about the boss is that you can kind of, it feels like they're actually strategizing, especially the baboons, we'll get to it in the next stream. But I love that you have to throw the freaking egg guys at him, which is pretty morbid now I think about it. But you have to try to get different angles on him because it basically, like, normally when he goes down and swoops down and tries to get you, normally that would be you have to dodge it, but if you're holding one of the guys, you can hit him. So basically, it isn't a thing where you have to get the perfect time to hit him when the game wants you to hit him. You can hit him whenever as long as you're skilled enough, which is great game design. I wish more games did that. It's like Super Mario Odyssey. You have the ability to, like, get away with some bullshit, some really fun bullshit to be fair, but you just have to be skilled, and I feel like that's how games should be. Like, sure, I mean, as long as you don't skip major plot events or something. Like, look at that, he was about to claw you. They go from the background, and it's really well designed, and you got this. It just keeps throwing new things at you. This is how you make a good boss fight. And I actually think that because of the changing landscape, and because of the, 3 different phases, I feel like it's justified being this long, because I feel like this boss fight is really great. And I feel like it's one of the boss fights that actually, like, I feel like a lot of the boss fights are needlessly long. Like, just a little bit. But this one I feel like is just the right length. It's the only one that's just the right length. Because of all, I mean, sure, it is doing this again, but it's doing it differently, in more shorter bursts. And you can't go in between them like you could before. These guys coming in from the back, you gotta wait for the egg guy to come, but it's not that annoying, it's just... Again, you can even hit them for some violent pleasure. I have no idea what I'm on about. My point is that you have something to do instead of just wait. Unlike in the final boss fight, which is good, it's just saying. Yeah, I remember this fight was a real hassle for me, and I did not like it in the slightest. Same with Fugu. And the final boss. Final boss, yeah. Pretty much all the even-numbered bosses. But I really love the owl boss. I feel like it's really well made. And next time, you'll get into Bright Savannah, one of the greatest worlds in gaming history. Of course, which is, I feel, is beaten out just slightly by, just proving they got 100%, I guess. Nice job, Retro Archive. Yeah, I am crediting them for this footage. I don't care about shoes! Get out of my face! Shut up! I don't want an SUV! My car's extended warranty? Never heard of it! Never heard of her. Wait, what? 99. Hey, wait, that's for next time. Grassland Grooves, like the Lion King level. But, yeah, I feel like this is like the third best world. But it's still incredible and one of the best platformer worlds, along with, what are they called? We got the freaking Juicy Jungle and the Donkey Konga Island. Just imagine Tropical Freeze, but it's Donkey Konga. Just look at this level. Gorgeous. Lion King. Paper mache animals for some reason. But anyway, that's for next time. Like and subscribe, please. I really want to get to 250 subs soon. That'd be real swell, and that'd be really great. I wonder what I should do for 150 subs. I'm planning another movie. But I won't tell what it's about or anything like that. Not yet. Anyway, have a great night, and even though no one's currently watching, whenever you're watching, VOD watchers, have a great night, day, evening, dusk, dawn, and I'll see you in the next video.